Well, if this is a familiar sight, you're not wrong. So in my last video, I refilled and resprayed this right front guard on the Hillman Super mix. There it is in all its glory. And you know, the paintwork came up quite well until I opened the garage door and let in some natural light, and it showed up some of these imperfections which I'd missed the first time. The guard had mainly taken a hit in here and had been panel beaded, and I just hadn't filled it properly. I should have just done it, and I just didn't. I thought it'd be okay. You know, it looked like a dog's breakfast. Well, actually, to be fair to the dog's breakfast, it was more like, you know, when you go to a foreign country and you eat street food and it's not quite right. The day after it's not such a good day. It looked like that. It was all wavy in here, and it just, yeah, it looked from a distance okay, but yeah, it didn't look good. And I thought, I'm not aiming for perfection, but I actually do want it to look reasonably smooth. The rest of the guard was okay, you know, like this was all painted around here, painted around the front. You can't see it at the moment because it's obviously masked up, but yeah, so I spent probably a few good hours getting more main filler in here, and then just some finer knifing putty over the imperfections, but it needed more filler over here. So that's all been fully sanded. Peaks and valleys are gone now, so I'm going to hit this area with primer, get sort of three or four coats on there, and then just partial respray. And after that we will we'll do like a 2000 grit sand of the entire guard, and I need to get some cut and polish. I might even get 3000 grit as well. Do like 2000 grit, then 3000 grit, get it nice and smooth, because this is rough. It's all sort of, there's a bit of orange peel in there. Get it smoothed out like the rest of the paint, and then yeah, good cut and polish after that, just by hand, and it should be done. Right, let's get some primer on here. Right, I've just got a really light coat on there. Let that dry off. Then we'll throw another couple of coats on, or maybe another 3 coats, and then we'll hit it with, we need to sand it, very light sand, and then yeah, top coat. It's looking better already. There's still the odd blemish in there. But overall, it's a lot better. Okay, well, it's another week down the track and got the bumper back off. I've bought some 3000 grit sandpaper and some liquid cutting compound. Unfortunately, got a few nicks in the paint where the bumpers hit it. I had to pack the bumper out with some washers. But yeah, because it had dug back in when I put the bumper back on, and this just happened when I took it off, so I might put a little bit of tape under there just to get the bumper back on and I can peel it off. But anyway, I'll touch this up when I do the that front valance. Done a couple of test patches with the 3000 grit sandpaper, and yeah, I just did a test patch on the rear here and it's taken the oxidation off. It's really smooth. So and I've also done a test patch up on the roof here where it's badly oxidized. But yeah, this was oxidized as well, and it's taken all that oxidation off. It's nice and smooth. I've bought myself a clay bar as well. So at some point what I might do is clay bar the really bad spots, i.e. the top of the car, and then go around and do a 3000 grit sand over all the oxidized areas on the boot, roof and on the bonnet, and then cut it just by hand, just with a cloth, and just to try and bring that paint back a bit more. But yeah, I'm quite impressed. Managed to get like that oxidation off, and it's not perfect, and I don't have an orbital buffer. I mean, I could probably get it off if I had an orbital buffer and just used the cutting compound, but yeah, and then that would just need a good polish over top just to protect it, like a fine polish. So I'll go over and give this paint a wet sand and then just polish it with a microfiber cloth. I got this cutting compound from the auto body shop. There were so many options, but this said it cuts through, takes out scratches for 3000 and 5000 grit sandpaper. So you're supposed to use it on an normal sander. Like I said, I don't have one, but yeah, I'll just do it with a microfiber. Just want to do it, sand it so it's just lightly and just till it's smooth. it's definitely smoother, and it's sort of toned it in a little bit, blended the paint in a little bit, maybe taken out some of the that sort of glossy colour, so it sort of flattened the paint with the sanding. Yeah. Alright guys, well, we'll leave the video here. That guard's pretty much done now. It's still not, exactly perfect, and you can see some imperfections in the guard, but I don't really, I'm not fussed. It's better than what it was. It certainly looks a lot better, and haven't got that awful look of, filler lifting and paint lifting and it looking terrible. So pretty happy with that now. I'm just going to leave it. I've got other things I want to do. Next job is the front valance. Get the bumper back off and touch up along there. Make that look respectable. We'll have a crack at this rear guard. This has been resprayed anyway. It's been in an accident, and the paint's a different tone to the boot. But yeah, we'll get that sorted. But in the meantime, I probably will have a quick go at clay barring the car, the top of the car anyway, and wet sand and cut that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.